Welcome to the Do You Know Newton podcast. This is our first podcast of 2024. We're excited for this year. We're going to bring you all the information through our podcast as well as on our website and social media channels. I'm Brian Fazio, Newton County's Public Information Officer, and thank you for joining me as we talk about all things Newton County. Like I said, 2024 is poised to be a big year in Newton County, but before we start looking ahead, I want to touch on a few things in 2023 as Newton County employees really ended the year on a strong note. Our animal services broke a record in 2023 with 1,200 adoptions of dogs, cats, and other animals throughout the year. This is a great effort by Newton County Animal Services Director Cindy Wyman and all of her staff and team, but it comes from years of hard work. You can read more about it on our website. Some of the things that went into this record-breaking year of adoptions, we have expanded and improved our animal services thanks to SPLOST votes, the SPLOST referendum passing from voters like you. That enabled for more capacity. We have a new fresh shelter with heating and air for all the animals and people that come in. We have partnered with some community partners who enabled us to provide spay and neuter services for when the animals leave. They're sprayed and neutered, not adding to our population. We have added a surgical suite where we can do some of those procedures on site and just some other things that have really propelled our animal services to the point, like I said, we had a record-breaking 1,200 adoptions in 2023. Also, our Solid Waste Authority, our assistant landfill manager, Ariel Arredondo, received a great accolade from the State Solid Waste Management Association for Solid Waste Operator of the Year, Solid Waste Manager Employee of the Year. So we thank him for all of his hard work. Ariel has been with Newton County for 17 years, rose up through the ranks of our landfill, does a great job over there in his day-to-day work, but also kind of goes above and beyond in helping other employees learn their trade and get experience in the landfill. And is really a great team player and a great asset for not only Newton County to have in landfill, but also for the residents. He works hard to make sure that our landfill operates at a great level. As we went into 2024, we had as many people know, we had a storm that came through the area, brought a tremendous amount of rain over a short period of time. On January 10th, I believe, we had on January 9th, we had a rainstorm come through in the late afternoon, evening. We received about 4 inches of rain, but maybe over an hour. It was a short period of time, caused flooding in our low-lying areas, as well as elevated the levels of our rivers, in particular the South River and the Yellow River. As you may or may not know, Newton County has 4 rivers that run through it, so we do get flooding from time to time. One of those low-lying areas off of the Yellow River, the Riverside Mobile Home and RV Park, did receive some flooding. Our public safety officials, along with the sheriff's office and firefighters, went through and tried to encourage people to evacuate. The way that mobile home and RV park is set up is the lower lying area is for RVs. They have wheels so that they can move in case of flood watches and warnings. So like I said, on January 9th, they went and told people, encouraged people to evacuate. On January 10th, after the river continued to rise, our emergency management agency received a phone call call from 911 about 4:30 in the morning that there were 5 people in their RVs who couldn't get out due to the high levels of water. I went out there later that morning. There was about 4 feet of water, but our EMA reacted. We sent out our EMA dive team, which we have in conjunction with Newton County firefighters, City of Covington firefighters, and other agencies where people all joined together to form one dive team. They took out a light Zodiac type raft and went from RV to RV and successfully rescued those 5 people. Later in the day, about 10 o'clock, there was another phone call from a private mobile home residents, RV residents across the river. This resident was trapped in his home as well. So the dive team performed another rescue, went over across the flooded area, and brought back the gentleman as well as his 2 dogs. So it was 6 successful rescues by our EMA dive team that day, along with the hard work of our sheriff's office, firefighters, City of Covington firefighters. Again, thank you for your efforts. Our EMA team, of course, the lovely people at the 911 center, and our Public Works, our roads department, they were out starting the 9th, prepared, waiting on the roadside in many cases to handle any road closures that came up, if trees were down, the chainsaw crews ready to go. So thank you to everyone involved in that. Nobody was hurt during the storms, and the hard work of the men and women of public safety in Newton County really showed and paid off. So we thank you.
In case you didn't know, you can download Notify Newton's app, which allows residents to communicate directly with staff to submit requests on items such as pothole repairs, tall grass, code violations, and more. Download Notify Newton on Apple App Stores and Google Play today. Be notified of an emergency situation with Code Red Mobile Alert. Newton County is a subscriber to this alert system, providing the alerts to residents for free. Download the Code Red app on Apple App Store and Google Play today.
2024 is set to be a big year here in Newton County. We have several projects coming up, and I encourage you to listen to this podcast, watch our YouTube channel, look at our Facebook page, and check our website, where we are updating things constantly. We've already been hard at work updating things such as our SPLOST page. If you go on our website, you can find all the information on SPLOST. We update our financials regularly on our financial page, as well as under our transparency tool. And one of the things we just updated under the transparency menu on the top of our website, there's a section called Paving List. We just updated our local maintenance and improvement grant list, LMIG. We just updated that on our website. In case you didn't know, that was due to our Board of Commissioners recently approving the LMIG list at the January 16th meeting. The Board of Commissioners meet on the first and third Tuesday of each month. This month was a little different due to the New Year holiday. They met on the second and third Tuesday. However, going forward, they'll meet on the first and third Tuesday at 7 o'clock in our boardroom at the Historic Courthouse. Of course, you can watch live on youtube.com/Newton County Government. That's available. It's also put on our website the week of the meeting, following the meeting, so you can view all of our meetings. We encourage you to do that, see what your Board of Commissioners are voting for. As I said on January 16th, just some of the highlights. The Board of Commissioners approved that LMIG list, which you can view on our website. The LMIG list is the list of grant money projects that we're going to utilize Georgia Department of Transportation grant money, as well as some of our matching funds to pave roads throughout the county. I believe this year we're just under 12 miles of roads that will be paved with that funding source. Also on January 16th, the Board of Commissioners approved contract for new audio equipment over in our Horace J. Johnson Judicial Center. So the courtrooms over there will have brand new audio-visual equipment to enhance the experience for people who the experience would enhance what we do in the courtroom. So be on the lookout for that if you're over in the Horace J. Johnson Judicial Center for any of your court needs or jury duty or whatever you may need over there. Also during January 16th meeting, the BOC approved a contract for the restoration of the Alcovey Trestle Bridge on the Cricket Frog Trail. Newton County is partnering with the Newton Trails organization and some other community partners to develop, I believe, a 14-mile long Cricket Frog Trail that goes throughout Newton County. A big piece of that, finishing that trail, was the Alcovey Trestle. The old rail trestle was in some disrepair and unsuitable. I don't believe it wasn't there anymore for people to walk across. So with some funding provided by the Newton Trails Organization as well as Newton County. That trestle will be repaired, and the entire Cricket Frog Trail will be available for people to walk, jog, ride their bikes across. I know I frequently take my dog out on the on the Cricket Frog Trail here in town, so it's a great way for people to get out. It's a great economic driver as well. So Newton County Board of Commissioners, like I said, approved that contract on Tuesday. Again, you can view all our meetings in person, or if you cannot come in person on the first and third Tuesday at Newton County Historic Courthouse, please look at our YouTube channel, Newton County Government on YouTube. We have all our meetings both live stream and after the fact. They're up there as well as on our website. An easy way to find it, well, it's on the homepage, but another easy way to find it is if you go on our website under government agendas and minutes. You can view all of our agendas, you can view all of our meetings on that page. As we begin 2024, we want to start the Do You Know podcast this year off with a bang. We have a great interview today, a special guest, Chairman Marcello Banes, Chairman of Newton County. Thank you for joining me.
Oh, man, I'm glad to be here. First of all, Happy New Year to you, and for all of those out there in Newton County, Happy New Year to you and your family. We're excited to be here with you this morning.
Yeah, Happy New Year. I can't believe it's 2024. I know we started here at the same time back in 2017.
Yeah.
So it has been 8 years of success.
Man, times really fly when you're having a good time. No, man, you said success, man. It's been a lot of work that has taken place over the last 7 years, and we are excited about what's going to take place in 2024.
Yeah, this is a big year coming up. Newton County, especially over the last 7 years, has positioned itself for big things. What are some of the things you see coming up in 2024?
Man, wow, that's a good question. Listen, there's a lot of growth that has happened here in our community over the last, I would say, 7 years. So there's a lot of projects that we are in the beginning stages of. So we're looking to, for instance, for one, I think we're about to start the process of the engineering part of the widening of Brown Bridge Road. So we're super excited about that. As you know, that's one of our main arteries of back and forth from the west side to the city of Covington. And it's, in a given day, you can find traffic bagged up for miles. So we're excited about that. A lot of bridge replacements that are taking place right now and will continue to take place in 2024. Just a lot of different projects that we are have put on our agenda to get done, and we look forward to see some of those actually start the process in 2024.
Yeah, I mean, start talking about infrastructure and what Newton County handles in that, but let's take a step back. As the chairman, what's your role? What's your job? What do you do here in Newton County? If we can tell the people.
Man, as the chairman, we do a lot of things. As you know, somebody asked me. I just give you this. Somebody asked me, what do I do as a chairman? What is my day like as a chairman? I tell you, I'm up every morning. I start my day exercising, so I'm up every morning, probably about 3 a.m.
Three in the morning.
Yeah, 3 in the morning. Get up. I do get my miles in. I talk to my family before I leave. Then I come on to the office and I start my day. On any given day, my calendar is like 6-7 meetings on any given day. Meeting with different people in the community, different stakeholders. As you know, I serve on several different boards, the IDA, the JDA, dealing with economic development, working with James Brown, working with who's over our water department, who right now they're expanding their infrastructure, trying to make sure that we have enough water here to carry us on in the future. As you know, as development come here that takes up water. So we want to make sure that we have the capacity to make sure to for the citizens here actually in Newton County. So I work with Mike Hopkins. He's over water in water and sewage department in Covington. And man, I do a lot, man. I work with the different municipalities here, making sure we have a great working relationship.
Yeah, I know. The way Newton County's charter is set up, you're kind of the COO, is that right? The CEO, Chief Executive Officer, and reporting to you is our county manager who runs it day to day. But you're chief of the policymakers on the board. You're involved in several other boards because you are the chief person who works with our state government, our other municipalities, and just people around the state and the nation. I know you work with congressmen as well and senators. We've had senators' offices visit us, and I know you're in good standing and relationship with all them. And that came about, I know even before you started in 2017, you were involved in Newton County on a few committees and things like that. Explain, leading up to you becoming chairman, kind of what you did in the community. And
Oh, actually, so 2016, I was on the SPLOST committee. SPLOST committee, which a committee that kind of forms different projects in the community to present to the commissioners and to vote on to be on the SPLOST list. I did that until I was elected in the office, and we had a great time doing that. Worked with a lot of great people. Also, I worked in 2016. I was on the committee to write the new form of government that we actually operate in today. Because back when I came in office, it changed over to a county manager form of government, which means the county manager runs the day-to-day operations, kind of like what you just said. So man, before I became chairman, I worked on a lot of different committees, just doing team building, trying to make sure that we do what we needed to do to make the community better, just giving input. And I was blessed enough to be elected as chairman in 2016, started office in 2017. And I wanted to make sure when I got in office that I continued to do that, build relationships. That's what I do, build relationships. And now we have what we operate under. It's called One Newton. We work really well with the different municipalities in the community. We work with the school board, work with the superintendent. We have a new superintendent, Mr. Bradley. So I think he's off to a great start. We look forward to that, continue to build on that relationship, support him in the things that he needs done. It's all about community, man. How you can bring the community together to work together. I went to one training, and it was a guy from Georgia Power named, I think his name was Rope Roberts, and he taught a class on working together, building the community together. And excuse me. And we learned in that class how you can be more effective together than being on an island trying to do things by yourself and do things alone. So, and I wanted to make sure that I brought that back to Newton County and make sure that we work with the city of Covington, we work with the city of Oxford, Newbern, Mansfield, Social Circle, Porterdale. Just make sure that we actually operate in the spirit of One Newton. And a lot of times people say, well, we ain't One Newton, we're not One Newton. Well, we working to be One Newton. It's a process. It's a journey. It doesn't happen overnight. But I feel really good about where we are right now as a group and as leaders in this community. It's a lot of work that needs to be done, but I feel like we can get it done.
yeah, and I know, as a public information officer, I get asked a lot, what is One Newton and how does it work? I know when you first started, you brought the county's first strategic plan, and we went in the room, and it must have been about 30 people, but it was Newton County employees, public safety, all the mayors were there, school board representatives were there, representatives from entities such as the homeless shelter, Laura Bertram with Newton County Tomorrow, community partnership. You're involved in Newton County Tomorrow. So that was, to me, what I tell people is the spirit of One Newton. And that proved evident. I know you built those relationships and the team building the first couple of years, but then in 2020, pandemic hit, COVID-19. It was amazing. I could see you pick up the phone and call anybody. I know the health department, which you serve on the board, you call them at a moment's notice. They were here. If state representatives were always calling to check up on us and things like that. So that was where I felt, you can correct me if I'm wrong, the One Newton and working as a team. When the stuff like that really escalates, it was seamless, it seemed.
Well, so that's, I mean, and that takes work. People think in the role that I'm in, people think that you come in and, you sit in a room in a chair all by yourself and, you just sit there and you dictate to others. No, that's not what it's about. In the role that I'm in is a role that you have to make sure that you always have your hand out trying to reach out to others, to bring them in, make sure that they're part of the circle, make sure that everyone is sitting down at the table together. And that's how you can get stuff done. As you know, like I was talking a minute ago, water is a big thing in the community. We're now working with the city of Covington. We're partnering with them, Newton County Water and Sewage. We work really well with Walton County. And so everybody, to make it all work, you have to have everybody at the table, and you have to be able to say, hey, it's not about me. It's all about the community and what we can do and what it takes to get things done for the community. So, yeah.
And speaking of water, that was a big thing here. I know water, the whole county for water had what, $221 million grant recently, and that was us, Water and Sewage Authority, City of Covington.
Yeah.
Tell us a little about that.
But yeah, I mean, I'm thankful that you said that, but that could never have happened if we'd have did it individually. We had to do it as a group to actually get that done, and we received that grant from the governor, and we was really excited about receiving that, and so thankful. But it took a lot of work. It took everybody coming together, putting their heads together, and submitting that as one unit for each of us, and it worked out really well. I think it was 220 something million, something like that. But yeah, so we're so thankful for, and that's going to help improve our infrastructure here for the city of Covington, for Newton County, for the Water and Sewage Authority. So it's going to help out a lot. So we're really proud of that.
Yeah, and water's one of the things that's come a long way. I forget exactly how much capacity we do now. I know it's over 30 million gallons per day.
I think it's 35.
35 million gallons a day, and that wasn't the case, 8 years ago. But working with James and Mike and the City of Covington, we've expanded that as industry has come in and residents as well. What are some of the highlights? What are some things that stand out to you as things that Newton County has accomplished or in the last 7 years?
Well, when I first came in office, I want to give out wrong information. So I think it was like $4.5 million. I think that's what we had
in our fund balance.
In our fund balance, and I think right now we are probably over 70 million. I would really say we're probably over 70 million, which is really great growth. We're excited about that. That means over the years we had to be doing something right. We had to be good stewards over the funding, the finances for the county. And we have a great team. Brittany White, she does an excellent job over in finance. She's the finance director. She does a really great job. As you know, they done received several awards for the work that they do. So we built a great team. We have a great team in place. Not James Brown. I'm speaking about water again. He's received several awards over since 2017. The best water, clean water, best tasting water, best department. So it's just been a lot of things that have happened over that process of time. As you know, the road department, They have done really great things. I know for the first 5 years they was paving over 22 miles each year. So man, things it's been really running. We've been running really well, and we're just excited about the things that don't took place.
Yeah, I know our landfill as well, which you serve on the Solid Waste Authority. Landfill's won several awards, and that landfill looks and operates completely different than it did 7 years ago. Going back to our finance for people who may not know, the cash reserve is kind of like our savings account, and that's important because it has grown our credit rating. I know in 2017 our credit rating was a 3 AA, and now we're up at a 1 AA, which means we have more lending power. So if things do come up where we start building or whatever we need a loan for, right? Is that what that means?
It is, but not only that, it means so much more than that, because let me tell you, if you sitting in a county our size and you have a major disaster that happened in our community, and in 2016-17 we had $4.5 million in our savings, and we had an emergency to come up, what would we do? You know, so it was necessary for us to grow our savings. You just never know. Like there was a huge tornado that hit Mansfield, and thank God no one was really badly injured. But that could have been bad, you know, and we would have had to find a way to try to make sure that we can help out with different things. So it's great for credit, but it's great just to have. And being good stewards over the citizen funds has been one of the main things that we try to do. You know, we haven't had a millage rate increase since I've been in office, and I'm proud to say that. I'm proud of commissioners that I actually served with, and want to make sure that we didn't actually raise the millage rate on the people here, and we've still been able to provide services for the people in this community. So it's been great.
Yeah, and when I talk to other people around the state or a different state, you know, through the pandemic, everybody was worried that people would be spending less, you know, but we didn't have that issue here because, like I said, our millage rate was set low as it is. Tourism kept coming in.
And I just want to break in there. During that time was some of our best years. I mean, as far as growth-wise financially, I mean, you know, I know it was predicted that we was going to take a hit, but we actually grow really well financially. And so...
Yeah, and our tax digest, like I said, has continued to grow through both tourism and industry. We've had some big industries come. I know Rivian obviously is the biggest one people talk about now, that is not in our county, but still touches us in the industrial park. I don't want to get into naming them all because there'd be some we'll miss. But how is the growth in industry, how does that kind of represent what Newton County's been doing?
Well, give me a chance to name them since you don't want to name them.
You got it.
Well, I'm telling you, we're excited about Facebook being here. And, you know, Facebook announced they was going to do, I think it was $42.6 billion they were going to invest.
Was it billion?
Was it billion?
Billion, okay.
Yeah. And then they came back and we was really surprised. They came back and announced again that they was going to do another Facebook, which was just like the previous Facebook. And so that was another $42.6 billion, I think, that was announced. We went from there, and we went from just a few names. We went to Archer Aviation, which is really huge. They're going to be doing really great things here in our community as well. Rivian, as you named, Rivian is something that we're really proud of. Rivian don't actually sit in Newton County, but it is will be a part of the digest here in Newton County as far as the 4-county development down at Stanton Springs. So we are excited about that. I don't know if you know about, but the IDA, which is here in Newton County, the Industrial Development Authority, actually owns land across the street from Rivian, and we're looking to do great things over there as well. So. Listen, 2024 is going to be exciting. There's a lot of things that's going to take place in 2024. You know, we're doing a community pool. We're doing a community pool water park. And so we're excited about that. The first actually big water park to actually be in Newton County. And so I think the kids and the families will get a chance to enjoy that. Man, things are looking really well. And we're excited about it. We do have a new county manager. If I want to leave that out, Mr. Cooper. I think he's been here now. He count days, I count months. I think he's been here now going on 7 months.
He started in May.
So he's approaching 7 months. So he's came in and he's working really well with the employees, putting different things in place, and so he's doing a great job, and we're excited about his future here as well.
Yeah, like I said, I'm excited 2024 too. I know our office has a lot going on. You mentioned the community pool. There's a lot of projects that should be coming this year, thanks to SPLOST, which was approved by voters in 2023. And
I do want to take a quick second, since you said that SPLOST, I want to take a quick second to just thank the citizens of Newton County for supporting SPLOST. As you know, that's how we do majority of our projects. We try not to put that particular tax on citizens, but people who actually come in the community and spend their dollars in the community help pay for those projects. So, you know, if it wasn't for SPLOST, we wouldn't be able to do a lot of the stuff that we're doing. As you know, the White and the Brown Bridge Road, some of the paving. I know we get funding for LMIG projects to do paving as well, but some of the SPLOST dollars go to paving the subdivisions here in our community. Trails, as you know, Cricket Frog Trail is another huge thing that's in Newton County. Some of SPLOST dollars go towards that. Building new buildings, fixing buildings, repairing buildings, buying cars. As you know, I think we was able to give the sheriff, I think it was like 70 cars or something like that. I think he's already purchased. All that comes from SPLOST dollars. And so we just want to thank the citizens, those that visit Newton County, who actually spend their dollars here and help grow our SPLOST. So we're so thankful for that.
Yeah, I mean, throughout the years, SPLOST gave us Lake Varner, restored this building, Judicial Center, a lot of the roads, like you said, public safety, the sheriff's vehicles and fire trucks, which cost over $1 million, fire stations. And we have some other things coming up this year. You mentioned the widening of Brown Bridge Road, a lot of the paving. I know we have the community water park. We broke ground last year on Spring Hill Park. That's another park. The South Side Park, the West Side Park. So a lot of things that the community will see and be able to touch. And, you know, senior center, cannot mention the seniors. The senior center expansion, as well as a new senior enrichment center at Denny Dobbs. So a lot going on this year that we're going to be either breaking ground on or cutting ribbons on. So like I said, it keeps our office busy, letting people know what's happening. That's just some of the things in 2024 that we all have to look forward. So I appreciate your leadership as we go forward on that.
So I want to make sure that, because I know we gave out the date, and the date changed for the widening of Salem Road. I do want to stick this in right quick. I was able to confirm that I think the start date now for the widening of Salem Road, we're going to kick off in July. I know they're starting to tear down buildings out there now and start to do some demolitions of different things out there now, homes and stuff like that. And so that actually widening is supposed to start taking place in July, the 1st of July. And that's great news for
the actual physical construction, because there's a lot that everybody always says, well, this project's supposed to happen. Well, there's engineering that takes a long time, purchasing a right of way.
So they passed all of that.
We're all that. We're on the
they did all of that.
Moving dirt.
So they're supposed to start moving dirt around July. As you know, they're supposed to start it in December, but for some reason that kind of got canceled. But now they're kicking off in July. We're excited about that.
And that's a state road, so we're working with the Georgia Department of Transportation. Again, that collaboration that we spoke about in the one Newton earlier stretches past Newton, really, into the state's office. And
it does. Those are our partners, and you know, we have a great transportation department. Chester Clegg and Chris Malcolm do really well working with the DOT and making things happen like that. So we're excited, man. It's a ton of stuff that's getting ready to take place here in Newton County. There's a ton of stuff that's already taking place in Newton County. So we look forward to continue to move the needle.
Well, yeah, we look forward, like I said, to this year. If people, we know your phone's already ringing off the hook, but people want to get a hold of you, they can. I mean,
Yeah.
I've seen you answering. About how many phone calls you get a day?
How many phone calls I get a day? Let me look at this here. Since we've been in this interview, I done had 7 people to text me, and I done had 10 people to call me. Yeah, and so when I leave here, I'll be heading to Athens to Northeast Georgia Region Commission, who we work really well. As you know, we work really well with. They help us out in many different areas for our aging community, our seniors. They work really well with our seniors and making sure they have the things that they need. Working with get a food grant through them, and making sure that our seniors are making sure they have food to eat. And man, it's a lot. But you know what? Listen, I love it. I'm going to leave there, go to Athens, and meet with them, and come back here. Solid Waste Authority meeting today. I got a couple of more meetings today.
Right, third Thursday. Yeah.
Yeah, and so we're excited. We're excited about what we do here.
You must like it, because I was a little surprised when you said 3 in the morning, and I've seen you walking around the square at 6 in the morning. I've gotten phone calls from you at 10 in the nighttime. So I know you don't do it because you don't get paid by the hour. So I know you do it because you like it. So,
well, in doing this, you have to have a love for the people. You know, you have to have a love for the people because it's a lot. You know, you endure a lot. Your family endure a lot because it takes a lot of time away from your family.
So everybody doesn't like you?
Well, no, everybody don't like me. No, if everybody, I was told growing up, if everybody like you, you ain't doing something right.
Okay.
So we try to do what we can for the people. I think the work speaks for itself. We try to make sure, I said again, we try to make sure when you go in the room, it's not any kind of big eyes, little you. We work well. We work together as a community, work together as teams to get the things done for the community that need to be done here in Newton County. So.
Well, thank you. I know you have plenty to do, busy man, so I appreciate you taking some time with us. And like I said, if anybody has any questions for the chairman, reach out to my office, his office. We'll make sure we answer them. But thank you. Appreciate it.
Man, it's been great. Again, y'all do an excellent job. Thank you for making sure the community is aware of what's going on. You and your staff, Addison, who's new to the team as well. She's been doing really well. I've been watching her from afar. She worked really well in the board meetings, and you guys, y'all a heck of a team. So
thank you.
It's really good to have good staff around you. I tell a lot of people, if you don't have good people around you, you will not be successful. So I have really good people around me. I work really well, and I'm just going to throw a couple of shout outs to, our economic development team. Sarah Hall and her team, they does really well. They does a good job. They're making sure that Newton County is in the best light it possibly can be in. Debbie Harper with the Chamber, they work really well in the community, making sure that people know about the things that's going on in the community, different opportunities. I mentioned the new superintendent. He is actually taking on the task to work with the Newton Education Foundation. As you know, Ms. Gail, they have brought in a new director, and she's wonderful. She's taken off with like a rocket. And so we're just excited, man. It's a great time to be here in Newton County. I tell you this, and I don't shy away from it. Politics is politics. And at the end of the day, you let politics be what they are, But when it actually come down for getting the work done for the people in Newton County and doing what's best for Newton County, I would tell you, Newton County is the best place to be. I've been here all my life, and I will never leave. I'm just excited about the future. Yeah.
Well, good. Thank you for sharing it with us. I know we're going to be sharing a little more in the future. We're bringing back the State of the County address. We'll let you know when the date comes, but
Yeah.
You know, what's that going to entail, and,
Oh,
and why
man.
is that important?
That's really important to let people know what's actually going on in the community. We did it a couple of times, but we're going to do it differently this time. We're going to do it at the Career Academy, and it's going to be really well. We are planning to make sure that we invite the community out, those that would like to come, the different organizations here in the community, community stakeholders. It's gonna be really nice.
Yeah,
Really nice.
and we'll our website and Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and all those will have the dates on there when we nail that down. We're working. I know we're going to invite many people. You mentioned Debbie and Sarah and the different municipalities and all the One Newton family. So when they come out, we'll be over near the Career Academy at Porter Civic Center, which was also a SPOS project. But we'll be over there with the Arts Association, working with them as well. So more of that One Newton collaboration. But I know you have to get going, so if you want to close us out.
I do want to send one more little shout out to Newton County Tomorrow. It's an organization that we're all a part of. The different municipalities, school board, the chamber, Newton County Water Sewage Authority. We all meet once a month to talk about different issues in the community and see how we can solve those issues and see how we can push smart growth in our community. So I want to make sure I want to shout them out as well. But man, listen, before I go, I just want to say thank you to all of Newton County guys. This is a great place to be, a great place to live. And we're just excited about the future of Newton County. There's a ton of things that's going to take place in 2024. Please keep your ears and your eyes locked in. Mr. Fazio and his team will be bringing out different announcements. And so we're just excited. Thank you. And God bless you. And as always, God bless Newton County.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Newton County is a great place to live and work, but it's also a great place to play. I want to kind of look now at our Newton County Recreation Department and some of the things they have going on. There's always things happening here in Newton County. We have great parks with more coming, but please stay tuned for that. We have great parks throughout the county that you can utilize. We mentioned earlier the Cricket Frog Trail, but also the Newton County Recreation Department has items such as Turner Lake, complex and gymnasium, and some fields. They're always busy. We are just starting the year, so there's a lot of registrations coming up that you can get you or your children involved in. So I'm going to share some of those things now. Going on now through February 9th, there is registration for baseball, softball, and our Miracle League. Baseball and softball takes place at Turner Lake and City Pond. Miracle League also takes place at City Pond. If you don't know about that, please look on our website. That is a great organization and great activities that they do out there. We'll talk about it more later, but we're excited. We have the Miracle League All-Star Game coming here to City Pond in October. But like I said, registration is going on through February 9th for baseball, softball, and the Miracle League. January 17th through February 21st, they have a animation art class at Turner Lake. They will be closed, just as we will, on February 19th for President's Day. But then registration from February 26th through April 2nd for adult softball and kickball. That's a great time. An adult league, you can go out and have some fun with your friends, coworkers. Like I said, registration for that is February 26th through April 2nd. Please look at our website, Newton County Park and Recreation's website, for all the things they have going on, our social media channels, such as Facebook and Instagram, as well as Newton County Parks and Recreation. They have a Facebook page as well. And just enjoy the parks, and when the weather warms up a little, enjoy the parks and things going on in Newton County. And we thank you for playing here in Newton County. Well, that'll be all for today's podcast. Please join us next month for another Do You Know Newton, where we will interview another special guest, another person who really makes things happen here in Newton County, as well as fill you in on all the things that have been going on in the previous month and things that are coming up right here in Newton County. Thank you, and have a good day.